Hello everyone, this is Leti, singer-songwriter and general creative, and today I want to talk to you about the importance of taking time to be with yourself. Whether this is in a solo retreat somewhere nice, like I'm at the moment, at the sea, away from my usual routine where I normally live in London, or whether it is about taking time in your routine, but just really creating space to be with yourself, not necessarily in silence. You could choose to be in silence with yourself, or you could choose to be doing activities that nurture your soul and creativity, but giving yourself space to be yourself. There is a concept in The Artist Way, which is an amazing book that I highly recommend, which talks about taking your artist on a date. Which is amazing. It's the idea that every week you take yourself, your inner artist, to a date. My discovery for myself, of course, and some of you might resonate with this, is that as we allow ourselves to be with who we are without really interacting with at least people we normally know or people that we normally interact with on a daily basis, is giving ourselves the chance to discover who we are at a deeper level in the silence of ourselves, or by doing things that we love with our own company. We discover the beauty of being our own best friend, and we also slow down because of course there is less interactivity and perhaps also less habits in the way we interact with the world around us, and there's a newly rediscovered way to interact with ourselves. There's also space for you to look and welcome questions that you might have, existential decisions that you might need to make in the next few months or year, and really allow yourself to be with all that surfaces. And in that space that we allow ourselves to be with our inner artist, not everything that arises is always positive or good to see, right? And that's why it's important to be with ourselves. Because in a world where there's plenty of distractions, we're always distracting ourselves from what we may want or may need to see. And I definitely speak for myself. I know that if I don't want to deal with a topic that I know I should deal with, I go and I spend time on social media, or I spend time doing things I love. I avoid being with myself. When I'm allowing to be with myself, it is hard sometimes because I have to deal with the things that I have been like hiding under the carpet. But there's also a lot of joy and empowerment in the ability to be with what arises. We become truly experienced at welcoming ourselves in all our aspects. And in the time that I've spent here for the last 2 weeks, I've spent time by myself. I truly had the opportunity to go deeper into some of the questions that I have for myself and my life. And it hasn't always been easy, but I rediscovered the beauty of solitude, to know that no matter what, we've got our own back. And especially when you're living a creative and artistic life, the world isn't always set up in a way to support your artistic life. And that is why I think going away or creating space in your week, or deciding that 1 week you're just gonna dedicate yourself to your art, to your creativity. And of course everyone has their own circumstances, so I know that I am in a privileged position because I can do things that maybe someone else can't. So it's not, I'm not speaking from a place that everyone can do this. In solitude, there is a lot that arises in creativity as well. You will find also that there is an opportunity to see how we change and whether we missed out, maybe that we want different things. Sometimes we just go through life doing the things that we're used to just because this is how things have always been done. How beautiful when you can pause and see and ask yourself, hold on, am I still on the direction that feels and resonates with me or not? And in that moment, there's no wrong or right. It's just actually giving yourself the chance to check in. And, I think some of you might already do this through journaling. You might be asking yourself things, or you might be doing some intuitive writing and things come up. And that's fantastic. But actually also being in the world by yourself there's a lot of empowerment in that. Being in nature, and at the moment I am at the sea, and when I am with nature, there's a connection straight away with the ultimate sense of being part of the world. And another insight that came up for me in the last 2 weeks, it's the importance of simple life. What I mean by simple in life is the idea to really make your life as simple as you can, especially if you live in a city. And life in the city, can get quite busy, and that doesn't mean that it's the best. But some of us enjoy that part of life. But at the same time, can we find balance and give ourselves the chance to enjoy just being, just doing the things that, may not even be part of our plan of being an artist, but actually they are nurturing the artist. So cooking a good meal for yourself, taking yourself out for dinner, going for a walk, just lying on the beach and, reading a book that maybe you haven't opened for ages that you've been wanting to read. Going to bed very early when you normally can't. All those little activities that make your life even more special because they're normal. But because they're normal, sometimes we just take them for granted. So just a little video for you to think of your art and creativity as something that needs to be nourished with care. So thank you so much for listening. If you liked any of this content, you might want to subscribe to my channel. Big hug.